What's up, New Jersey? Welcome back to another episode of the NJ1ST podcast. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure to follow me on Twitter and also on Instagram. I tweeted out this morning, Google Jack Ciattarelli, Nikki Haley, New Jersey. If you've been watching the media, you know that Nikki Haley from South Carolina has announced presidency to take on Donald Trump in 2024. But before we get into all of this, Josh Akins in North New Jersey, running for Legislative District 24 Assemblyman, he announced that they are not going to take Steve Lonegan as a definite on the Senate pick. If he wins the primary, they will most certainly support him, but they're not going to make him the ticket with the primary for Sarnowski, Jason Sarnowski from Warren County, and Josh Akins from Sussex County. Let's see right here. It says it may seem logical for Lonegan to team up with Akins and Sarnowski. That's because the opposite side in North New Jersey in the primary for Republicans is Dawn Fantasia and Mike Ignagnomore, and the incumbent assemblyman, now going to be Senator Parker Space. And this is my former district, so I know a bunch about it. I got redistricted out of it, but it was said by Josh Akins that our position is that we will certainly support whoever wins the Senate primary nomination. It is important to me that my voters know I'm focused 100% on the assembly, as is my running mate Jason. So Jason and Josh are teaming up to the end for this 2023 election cycle. Going back to my tweet this morning at NJ1ST, I said to Google Jack Ciattarelli, Nikki Haley, New Jersey. If you do, you will see the amount of news articles and the different amount of stations that covered this in 2021. It was a huge deal. They went to Monmouth County and tried to procure a lot of support from the independents and Democrats and, light Republicans in New Jersey. And Monmouth County, down there with Sheriff Golden, Sean Golden, right? It was found just recently that the Republicans in Monmouth County donated to the Democrats. You might want to start looking into this stuff. So Haley endorses Ciattarelli, Save Jersey. I'm sure that Save Jersey's Matt Rooney had some great stuff to say about Nikki Haley, actually. Let's look into this real quick. On Friday, former ambassador to the UN, South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley became the first 2024 presidential run hopeful to endorse Jack Ciattarelli. So this was in 2021. Guess what? She announced. And she endorsed Jack Ciattarelli. Yeah, well, Donald Trump wasn't endorsing Jack Ciattarelli. That's the whole reason why people didn't support him, and a bunch of other stuff we're going to get into. But Republicans have won 6 out of the 10 last governor's races in New Jersey. They were all hopium in 2021. The red wave was coming, just like they said in 2020, just like they said in 2019, 2018, 2017. I've witnessed it every single year. They think that people who are never involved in politics think that there's a big, great red wave coming. Ambassador Nikki Haley was an integral part of bringing the U.S. Embassy in Israel to Jerusalem, and an exceptional governor to South Carolina, where she created hundreds of thousands of jobs and demonstrated true leadership under fire, said Ciattarelli. I am honored to have her endorsement and appreciate her efforts to help make sure Phil Murphy is one and done in 21. Well, Jack Ciattarelli was not successful in doing that. And it looks like him catering and shilling to Israel and the Jews in New Jersey. And I guess he didn't cater enough to them. And also, also that's catering to the MAGA supporters and Christian conservatives in New Jersey. That the embassy was moved from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem because of Donald Trump. So, it's killing 2 birds with 1 stone with Jack Ciattarelli right there. You got to give him kudos for the politics that he's doing. I'll be doing that all this video, but it's to dissect them, to show that everything's on display. I like to say in my Discord group with New Jersey colleagues that we talk America First politics, that the NJGOP is a paper tiger, just like Osama bin Laden said. Anyway, New Jersey's June primary traditionally comes too late, which we're going to experience in 4 months, makes it a consequential in the presidential primary nominating contests. But the 2024 field, which remains wide open at the moment, Donald Trump, New Jersey Republicans. So I was right. Yeah, he didn't say shit about Nikki Haley in 2021 when Jack Ciattarelli was getting the endorsement. Didn't mean to cover that, but Matt Rooney blocked me for covering him. Bill Palatucci from the NJGOP. He is the guy who leads it all. And I was correct. I got to pat myself on the back. I'm sorry. You'll see that if you scroll down on his Twitter, the Harmeet Dillon, remember the RNC chair election that was going on, Ronna McDaniel versus Harmeet Dillon. And Harmeet Dillon was, endorsed by Ron DeSantis, the Freedom Caucus. Harmeet Dillon was a libertarian. TPUSA was having her on stage. And Bill Palatucci was riding that. I said this in a couple episodes ago on the NJ1ST podcast that Bill Palatucci is a neocon establishment shill. He's going on the Harmeet Dillon bandwagon just to go against Donald Trump. Anything to go against Donald Trump. First, it was perceived that Harmeet Dillon was Donald Trump's choice because she helped him with Stop the Steal in 2021, I believe, as a lawyer. But then it was revealed that Donald Trump was pretty much supporting... was not supporting her, was supporting Ronna McDaniels kind of through other people. And as we know, he supported McCarthy, so it wouldn't be too far-fetched that he didn't want to shake the boat too much. Or at least that's what he did. That's the outcome. And now Bill Palatucci's back on the bandwagon, any Republican but Trump, Team Haley. Now that 2 days ago, Haley has announced for presidency. This is, like I said, it's easy. It's just writing is on the walls. And these people don't have followers. They don't have anybody criticizing them. Every post they have only has like one comment underneath it, So nobody's even criticizing the NJGOP leadership. They don't know where to go. They're just posting on their own social medias. But this is the guy. This is the guy to go to complain about it. Like I said, he was trying to make himself come off as a rebel supporting Harmeet Dillon. But he's right back to the never Trumper, Nikki Haley, anybody but Trump hashtag. This is 2023, and we have tragedies and disasters like what's happening in Ohio. I heard there was a meteorite that just landed somewhere. There's another train derailment, I believe, with chemicals. The inner cities with the crime, the rural statistics with suicide and homelessness, You can't be anybody but Trump, It's just TDS, Trump derangement syndrome. So Nikki Haley, that's who he's choosing, anybody but Trump. And Trump responded to Nikki Haley announcing she was going to go for presidency. And I believe when it was first an exploratory committee, probably, when she was first teasing it, he wished her good luck. He said to tell Nikki to follow her heart. I think he did say that. But here he tweets out, or truths out on Truth Social. Nikki Haley had a hard time making the decision to run for president because she very publicly stated that she would never run against the president. He did a great job, meaning himself, and he was the best president in my lifetime. I told Nikki to follow her heart, not her ambition or belief. Who knows? Stranger things have happened. She's pulling out 1%. Not a bad start. This is the charisma that people love of Donald Trump. And his another truth right after, the greatest thing Nikki Haley did for our country, the great state of South Carolina, was accepting the position of United Nations ambassador so that an incredible lieutenant governor could lead South Carolina, Henry McMaster, where he has done an absolutely fantastic job. That's a big reason why I appointed Nikki to the position of UN ambassador, to, get her out of the way. It was a favorite of the people of the South Carolina that he loves so much. Such a way with words, Shakespearean almost. I never watched Trump's tweets. I watch his truths. I think that he created Truth Social for himself to have free speech because he was taken off of social media like Twitter and banned for nothing. And he needed to create something so he can tweet out, basically, and people can look at it and, take pictures of it and spread it, disseminate it. The reason why I was always wary of Nikki Haley all the way from 2021, even 2019, I think she came to endorse Republicans to try and, win the midterms in a sense. Nikki Haley compares Trump rhetoric to Dylan Roof. This was back in 2016. Right here, 2016. South Carolina governor. This was when she was governor before she got appointed to, make room for McMaster. Haley criticized her party's presumptive presidential nominee, Donald Trump, on Thursday, saying his rhetoric was like that of Dylan Roof, the person who gunned down 9 black members in a freaking church. This is who's going to be leading the president? This is going to be who is leading America as a Republican? Haley told the reporters on Thursday she had been critical of Trump because I know what that rhetoric can do. I saw it happen. And then what happened after 2016, 2017 with Charlottesville rally, right? 2018, the Battle of Berkeley's happened 2018, 2019, and Black Lives Matter 2020, the Marxist Antifas. That's a different kind of anger, she said. They're upset with Washington, D.C. They're upset nothing's got done. The way Trump communicates that, I wish it was different. But comparing it to someone who commits mass shootings of innocent people, that is very irresponsible. You cannot be even a leader in America with that rhetoric. During anxious times, it can be tempting to follow the silent call of the angriest voices. We must resist that temptation. No one is willing to work hard, abide by our laws, and love our tradition should ever feel unwelcomed in this country. So that's pointing towards immigration. She's a mess, dude. This is back in 2016. People don't forget. The internet never forgets. And the internet will expose your ass. Why does an Indian American bleach her skin, I don't know if she's done that, to look white, and changed her name, she probably didn't, changed her name from Nimrata Randhawa to Nikki Haley. That she did do. And that's very skeptical. A lot of people in politics I've come to experience change their names, and it's never for good purposes. Why is she so ashamed of ethnicity and think that no one will want to ask questions about her Sikh background? It's called passing. By the way, was it okay that 44 changed his name and called himself black instead of biracial? And that's true. You know, people the whole time, Barack Obama, first black president, he wasn't. And when I went to Rutgers, Newark, the whole black community made sure I was aware that he was not black. He was biracial. So that makes complete sense. So did Nikki Haley change her name? Snopes article. Let's use Snopes against them. You know, their own fact checkers. The GOP politician and former UN ambassador's middle name is Nikki, a Punjabi term for little one. So not Nicole, like every American would be familiar with. So I also saw somewhere that she is claiming to be white, and she has immigrant Punjabi Sikh parents. I don't know where that is, but I saw someone tweet that. I don't know if that's true. Although, former UN ambassador Nikki Haley changed her name to a less foreign-sounding one. This is false, completely false. She didn't change it for a less foreign-sounding one, but she did change it. Nikki Haley was born Nimrata Nikki Randhawa, two Punjabi Sikh parents. She has gone by her middle name, a Punjabi word for little one. So yeah, her last name's not Haley, doesn't have that ancestry, and her name's not Nikki. Her first name's Nimrata Randhawa. So that's Renata Nadawa. Can't even say it. But you can come to the Wikipedia to find out all of her life. But it's just interesting, you know. It's like the Beto O'Rourke. You know, he's Latino, Hispanic, but also Irish. You know. Or George Santos saying he's Jewish, but also Latino. You know, you can. I'm not saying you can't, but you would then have a history of it, family. Or also AOC, she claimed this Jewish ancestry as well. And, you know, it's just people lie, and you can come look into Nikki Haley for yourself. In New Jersey politics, one of the ways to get a lot of votes is to play the identity politics, and Republicans do it just as much as Democrats. It would be something as simple and, you know, innocent as this: a New Jersey Asian American Law Enforcement Officers Association. And, you know, it's you engaging with the community and the public, families, taxpayers, heroes, all of this. But right there, you know, well, imagine if it was New Jersey white. That's the only thing you can't put. Or if you put New Jersey black, then all the Republicans get upset with that. But if you have New Jersey Asian, or I guess that's a pass for a lot of Republican voters in New Jersey. I wonder what I do know that the Pew statistics for voters sway still 70% and higher for all minorities. Even higher than that. I'm being generous with 70%. The minority of that being probably Hispanics and then Asians, maybe. But as you scroll down, I searched right here, Jack Ciattarelli and Asian. Again, the Sikh and Punjabi correlation, the connection there. And Indian and Sikh are different, or Hindi and Sikh are different, excuse me. But you can definitely see that that was a strategy for Nikki Haley to team up with Jack Ciattarelli. And so basically what I'm saying is Jack Ciattarelli is going to be the VP pick, vice president pick for Nikki Haley. And I have no idea, but imagine that would break the internet. Jack Ciattarelli is definitely is on track to run for 2025 governor, and they'll campaign that way. They'll campaign with she's running for 2024. He's going to run for 2025. You'll wait to see. And also John Bramnick, Jose Arango, these NJ GOP establishment, they will come out and support Nikki Haley instead of Donald Trump or DeSantis. I can see Jose Arango supporting DeSantis. No, I don't support Nikki Haley. Just like Bill Palatucci trying to say he supports Harmeet Dillon and then going right to Nikki Haley. Jose Arango, if anybody knows New Jersey politics, he's going to support DeSantis over Trump, definitely. To all my Asian Indian brothers and sisters here in New Jersey, today we celebrate and honor one of the most prominent leaders of India's independence movement, Mahatma Gandhi. And scroll down here, Heather Darling, the surrogate of Morris County, she interviewed Jack, and I'm going to finish off this video with going through that whole 30-minute video and only stopping a couple times. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the NJ1ST YouTube channel. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Ryan McDonald USA also, but also at NJ1ST. And let's view this video. It's about 30 minutes.
And the Republican Party seems to be very divided in our state these days. How do you propose, as somebody who would be considered a party leader, reuniting the Republican Party?
Certainly there's divisions, and it's not just in New Jersey. As we speak today, Heather, I don't know exactly when this segment will be aired, but as we're taping today in the House today, Kevin McCarthy has fallen short twice now on becoming Speaker of the House. So there's even division amongst Republicans across the nation, particularly those that are representing us in Congress right now. So to me, the key is to ask people as you go out, particularly Republicans, as you work your way through the primary, do you want to win in November? What's going to win in November? I would put my conservative bona fides up against anybody. But because I don't talk about the issues the way others do, people may not think I'm conservative enough. But you beat that by being out there every single day and talking to people. But I will remind people that here in New Jersey, we are the minority party. Democrats outnumber us by more than 1 million. And of course, we know there are also 2.5 million independent, unaffiliated voters. The key to winning an election is getting some of the soft Democrats to cross over and getting the moderate, those that lean right fiscally, unaffiliated independent voters to vote our way. And you don't do that by compromising on your Republican conservative principles. I've never done that. What you do is talk about your ideas for how to solve people's problems and do that with a positive energy. Listen, all I can tell you, Heather, is I ran twice in a borough for council in which Democrats outnumber Republicans significantly. I won twice. I won twice in Somerset County as a freeholder. Now they're commissioners, and that's when Democrats outnumber Republicans. And I won 3 times in the 16th legislative district, which represented parts, as I said, of Somerset and Hunterdon, but also Middlesex and Mercer. Democrats outnumbered Republicans significantly in that district. I was fortunate enough to win it 3 times. It can be done. You just have to go out there again. And I'm sorry to be repetitive, with the right kind of energy and ideas on how to solve people's problems.
But now the Democratic Party also seems to be quite divided at this time. And, you know, the Republicans' much anticipated red wave in 2022 never really showed up. So assuming that Republicans can mend fences and capitalize on this, do you think that they can actually make more opportunities out of the divide from the other party in 23 and 24?
Well, I do, Heather. And we've seen this time again, particularly in the year that I won, when I talked about the seats that we won in the state legislature and all the local seats, Board of Education seats. What it says that at the end of the day, people go out and vote for those people who they think are going to best serve their interests. I've always tried to set an example, particularly as the gubernatorial nominee in 2021, for how to campaign. how to message, the type of energy that needs to be brought to the campaign. And I took very seriously my responsibility to everybody down ballot. I mean, when you're at the top of the ballot, your job is to create energy for everybody down ballot, benefit everybody down ballot. And, I hold my head high knowing that while I lost a very close election, everyone down ballot seemed to do very, very well, including winning in places where we hadn't won forever. We won a county commissioner seat in Passaic County. We won in Winslow Township. We won in Hardwood. We beat the Senate president. So we can win these elections. And my job this year, with all 120 legislative candidates back at the top of the ballot, is to go out there and help them win elections. And as you said, there's division on the other side. The progressives are very extreme in their positions. You see that on abortion. You see it on gun control. You see it in the public school curriculum. And there's a great many moderate Democrats who are turned off with the extremism of the progressives. So it's our job to capitalize on that, and it's my hope that we will.
Jack, you were a Raritan councilman for almost 2 terms. You were a freeholder for over a term. You were an assemblyman, as you said, for 3.5 terms, I think it was. Collectively, you've been in office for, I guess, about 16 years now. And we're in an anti-establishment period, it seems. So how do you think that people look at your service? Do they see you as that career political guy? And if so, what do you say to that?
I don't really think we're in an anti-establishment period. Certainly, there are folks, because of social media, that have a very loud megaphone that talk to this. But we just elected a guy who's more than qualified to represent us in Congress, and that's Tom Kean Jr. I think he's going to do a great job there, and that's someone who's dedicated his life to public service. I mean, anyone who ever wants to take that jab at me, I will always offer that I believe in term limits. For me, that doesn't mean they're right for everybody. But I served 2 terms in Raritan and moved on. I served 2 terms in Somerset County, moved on. Served 3 two-year terms in the state legislature. And, I didn't go there to accomplish small things. I went there to tackle the property tax crisis. I went there to make New Jersey a better place to do business. I went there to downsize state government. And what I learned in short time, Heather, is, when you're a freshman or sophomore in the minority, you're just not permitted to do that. So I decided that if I was going to put in that kind of time and energy, best to do it from the executive branch, and that's why I pursued the governorship.
Something I thought was interesting about your resume is that you were in Raritan on the council in 95. You left in 95, if I'm not mistaken. And I believe your kids were young, you were pursuing your business interests, and you had other things going on in your life. And then when your kids got a little bit older in 2007, you went back to the freeholder board. So where most people they would say are career politicians go straight through, it's not really something that you did until, let's say circumstances were appropriate for it. Not just in your life, but external circumstances kind of dictated that was the time for you to do what you did.
I appreciate you bringing that up. I did win election twice in Raritan, once in 89, then again in 92. Served the 2 3-year terms. I decided not to run for re-election.
I was going to stop it right here because this is an entrenched politician, just like Jeff Andrew, 30 years plus elected. But let me listen to what his point was going to be.
One, because I'm a term limit guy, but also because Melinda and I...
Because he's a term limit guy.
We're having the first of our 4 children, and because I was going into business for myself in 95, 96, and I didn't want to be burning the candle at too many ends.
Yeah, so he's a business entrenched politician, just like the rest of them. Okay, so he's been an elected official since 1995. Took off a little break to get his business started with his family, and he's a term limits guy. So he's been hopping from every different kind of position. Very experienced politician all around. And then came back 2007 during the Obama times. He most certainly wasn't a Tea Party supporter, so probably a progressive Republican with Obama. And then a politician elected all the way until was like 2016 or something like that. And now he's trying to run. He's tried to run for governor in 2017, 2021, now 2025. Yeah, I'm not going to say anything. We have plenty of time to talk about Jack Ciattarelli. But there's probably one of the longer interviews. I've never really seen one that was this in-depth. He probably felt comfortable giving it to, what's her name? Heather Darling. And you can view it for yourself. It's on Heather Darling's Facebook page, and it's on Vimeo. You have to, if you want it, just ask me. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the NJ1ST podcast on YouTube. Make sure to follow on Instagram and as well Twitter.